The Jacob Media Sports Network, in partnership with 97.3 ESPN, brings you the Mays and Eytan Show.
Middays with Harry Mays and Eytan Shander.
Now, it's the Midday Show with Harry Mays and Eytan Shander on 97.3 ESPN Radio.
Well, it's the midway point of the week, and I think a lot of people, for different reasons, are focused on what's about to happen tonight. The Wells Fargo Center is going to be lit beyond belief. It's going to have as close to a playoff atmosphere as you can find week one, game one of a long regular season. I get all of that. But a lot of me, not even part of me, Harry, is just not ready for anything other than a season on the brink of peril right now, which is the Philadelphia Eagles, which is a team that is just 2 years removed from winning a Super Bowl in a league that is impossible to get back and win another one. Forget it, back-to-back, whatever. It's just so – there's only one guy that can do it, and he's up there. He's wearing a hoodie.
Right.
And he's got cut-off sleeves.
Yeah, they'll be in it again this year.
Exactly right. That's it. That's the anomaly that is life. I'm way, way, way excited about what's going on tonight. I want to have conversations throughout the afternoon with you and people on the text board, 609-403-0973, as this place is just falling apart. But I feel like the most important thing, Malcolm Jenkins invoking Nick Foles, whether or not he meant it yesterday. These things, asked about what's wrong with this team, these things are relevant. This team is 2 years from the Super Bowl, Harry, and they're on the brink of implosion. And I mean implosion, not the other way around.
I'm with you. I mean, if they lose this week to Buffalo, and they could, you have a 3-game losing streak. You have a record of, 3-5, right, with a week to go into the bye week. And, who does Dallas play this week? I forget.
Dallas.
Do we know who it's Dallas? They're off. They have a bye.
They do? I thought they just were off.
No, they do. They have a bye week. But bottom line is, you're already down one game to Dallas, and you'd be 3-5, and it's tough to pull out of a tailspin of a 3-game losing streak in the NFL, because if you think stuff is starting to leak out of the locker room, now, and it has, it'll only get worse.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Especially when you lose 3 straight.
Exactly. Now, I think they can win this week. I've overvalued this team, but I looked at Buffalo today. Okay?
You've got some numbers.
Yes.
This is not even like Bob Wenkel level numbers, who's going to join us at 1 o'clock from Crossing Broad. This is Harry Mays level analysis.
Correct. Now, Buffalo, of course, is 5-1, and they're having a great season.
Yeah.
But their opponents, the teams that they've beaten in their 5 wins,
right.
Take a guess at what the combined record is of those teams that the Buffalo Bills have beaten. Now, I know that they're on the schedule.
5 times 7, so 35 games. I'd say 8 and 30, whatever that is.
8 wins.
Yeah, 8 wins.
You're close,
10,
actually.
10 and 25.
No, 6 and 27.
Okay.
They've beaten the Jets, who have 1 win. They've beaten the Giants, who have 2 wins. They've beaten the Bengals, who are winless. Tennessee has 3 wins. So there's your 6.
Oh, my God.
1, 2, and 3.
And Tennessee's.
And Miami. They've beaten 2 winless teams.
And Miami had a 3-point deficit thanks to Ryan Fitzpatrick working that ball down the field. I watched that. It was not we're just letting this game be done.
Mm-hmm. So they lost to the Patriots. They're getting more credit, as they should, for hanging in the game with the Patriots. I think if the Patriots scored 16 points on them,
right.
Than they are for their 5 wins, because they've beaten garbage. All right,
correct.
So we can't get too carried away.
But the Patriots have beaten garbage as well.
True, but they beat the Steelers, and they had Roethlisberger in that game, and he actually got hurt in that game.
Correct.
But they've played garbage
atrocious.
too. But they've totally crushed garbage.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay?
I get it. Whereas you would like to see, if you're Buffalo, a much larger margin of victory against a team like Miami,
right?
Who's going to be lucky to stay in a game.
I mean, you only you play the teams that are on your schedule, and you shouldn't. They're in a division now with a team that's tanking in Miami, so probably hell, the Jets might probably beat Miami too. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, listen, I think Miami's got a shot Monday night. To be honest with you, I'm thinking about.
What are they? The Steelers? Who's playing quarterback for the Steelers?
That's my point.
The third string guy from Samford?
Yeah, it's not. I do not believe the other guy was cleared, so I believe it's still Dwayne Haskins. Not Dwayne Haskins.
No, Haskins are Redskins.
Yeah, right.
They play Thursday night.
No, I know. The other guy I'm thinking of. But I'm telling you, that's a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
You're right. This is a winnable game. But now,
It is.
But listen, now we're at a point. Look at where we are right now.
I know.
We're at a point right now where a win not only saves the season, but gorilla glues this thing together for another 5 weeks.
Right.
So this thing is makeshift camaraderie and people. I don't think people like each other like they did 2 years ago.
No, I know.
Something's changed. You're right.
I can't figure out what it is because a lot of the same people are there.
Well, people want to say Nick Foles, Harry.
They want to say Nick Foles.
That's what's changed.
Well, then
Malcolm Jenkins said it yesterday, not in so many words as things were better off, but he was asked what changed for a team that was slow last year in offense and defense. And on offense, he said, well, guys came in. Nick Foles came in, and that the offense changed. It doesn't mean that he was slighting Carson. It's just on people's brain.
Well, I want to go back to that. Where was the offense? What was the offense like before Wentz got hurt 2 years ago? It was pretty damn good.
It was MVP caliber. Right.
So that's where I'm at a loss.
Yes.
Nick Foles ain't coming back.
No, I know.
They got to figure it out with what they've got.
Right, and I'm not trying to say Nick Foles.
No, I'm not saying you are.
No, and nor do I think Malcolm Jenkins was making that point. But we're somewhere in between the absurdity over here, which is Nick Foles should have been here, which nobody should, with any right mind thinking person, should be thinking that. Right. On the other side, we've got the complete opposite, which is Carson, Teflon, everybody else is wrong. And I think that we're slowly finding that the middle of this conversation is not about bringing Carson or bringing Nick Foles back, nor is it about excusing Carson Wentz. It's trying to navigate.
Right.
Because you're right. It's not just, you took Nick Foles out of this locker room. Now all of a sudden everybody hates each other.
Right.
It's not that.
No. Everybody liked each other prior to that Rams game, too.
Yeah.
Okay? They had a pretty damn good record.
You're right.
Right?
And it seemed like everybody liked each other last year, too.
Yeah.
Up until the Santa Liquido article that popped.
Exactly.
Which, again, had multiple people. So it's not about ripping Joe, saying that something is what? Seriously.
So what is it about this quarterback that's so damn unlikable?
I don't even know if it's him.
I don't like his wardrobe. Do you see what he had on Sunday night?
Yeah, after.
Oh my God, was that awful?
Can't you see? Here's I'm
You
asking.
can't get away with that with a red suit on and a black shirt.
No. I was thinking about doing that and maybe wearing it on 29 as a joke.
No, you should.
With a red wig.
But that's the only reason you wear that is as a joke.
Well,
you know what I mean?
now
he wasn't intending on having a joke.
I wonder if I could get a red blazer in time and wear that on Friday.
I guarantee you can find one. He was trying to be stylish.
Was he trying to be stylish?
Yes.
It did not look good. The red on red.
Yeah, you can't have ginger. First of all, ginger hair and a cranberry-looking coat. No way.
No.
But the outfit was just awful.
Okay. I'm asking.
Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked.
No. Let's get sidetracked for a second.
Okay.
Because I'm asking. Wouldn't you, maybe that's a better way to phrase this, wouldn't you as a professional athlete, and listen, we have access to professional athletes that still return texts and, we can access them for the show. That's fine. But I'm just curious as far as you putting yourself in that position. Wouldn't you bring a winning suit and a losing suit? Meaning,
no.
If you guys got your ass kicked, listen, if you got your ass kicked by 30, I'm not wearing the flamboyant, hot.
I'm not wearing flamboyant anyway. I'm not flamboyant.
Okay, but I'm saying if you are.
And he isn't either. That's what I can't figure out.
Is flamboyant the right term?
It's like if he's not wearing camouflage, he doesn't know how to dress.
Okay, well, that's my point. Let's say you're Cam Newton. Right, let's just use him as an example.
Now that's
in
an extreme
his DNA.
example.
Okay, but that's in his DNA to dress like that.
Like Russell Westbrook.
Okay, Westbrook too. Like these guys go out and they've got some class to them. My point of it is, wouldn't you think that you would have two suits? Like you would have the "we won" suit, meaning I can wear whatever the hell I want, versus the if you wear that after you got beat by 30, it's going to look doubly bad. Like. I don't know how much you would focus on Carson's suit. This is a long way around saying.
Oh, yes, I would.
If
they had won?
As much? No.
If they won?
This is the first time you brought the suit up?
Because I forgot about it. We only have 2 hours. I can't be, talking for 4 hours about CDs in my car.
Well, I heard that got you charged up.
Oh, my God.
Yesterday.
I took part in a poll question yesterday.
Well, did you vote?
Yes. Well, no, I just tweeted none of those 4 CDs would ever be in my car.
Yes.
I didn't want
That's not you actually voting.
Well, I didn't have a category that I felt confident with. Today I voted.
Okay, well, I'm curious, what got you all charged up yesterday? Was it just the CD talk?
I couldn't believe it.
CDs?
Yes.
Was it the fact that they were talking about CDs?
I'm like, we have a season on the brink here with a football team. We got the World Series started. We got the NBA starting and the Sixers Celtics the next night.
Right.
And we're talking about CDs.
We're talking about practice. CDs. Not an MP3.
I mean, even throwing the Flyers.
Not a wave.
The Flyers got a win against the Vegas Golden Knights the previous night.
Anytime you can talk about gritty or anything going on like that, Flyers related, you're right, a victory on top of that. Listen, I think it was the fact that there was no obvious selection for you, and that's what got you upset.
Probably.
That's what got you tuned out.
Yes.
If there was something like today, apparently they have a new one up. Right?
They do. I voted.
You did vote?
I voted. It's about movies today.
Okay, now.
I took Mosher's suggestion of the Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale and what?
Well, there was Shawshank, there was The Dark Knight, and Jaws. Each person nominates a movie that if you see it and you're sitting on the couch, you're staying on the couch and you're watching it.
All right. Well, I mean, that needs to be updated. Shawshank Redemption?
That was Rothstein's
That's what I'm
choice.
saying. Like,
Guess
Bronx
who picked
Tale?
The Dark Knight?
Josh, of course, because I get that. But these, like Dark Knight, I think is still somewhat new to be called timeless in that regard. Like a lot of timeless stuff isn't relevant anymore. Nobody's watching Gone with the Wind. Nobody's watching that stuff anymore. Bronx Tale, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
How often are these things even coming on TV?
Shawshank's on every night.
And then what do you want to watch it on TNT? You want to watch 90 minutes of a...
I don't want to get sidetracked here. I'm trying to figure out what is so damn unlikable about our quarterback.
Okay.
Because apparently that's what a lot of people think. He's not a good
Are you sure
teammate.
it's him?
Well, who else?
I don't know.
Who else has the clout to make that much of an impact?
What, people on defense?
Yeah.
Coaching staff? I don't know. Maybe there is something going on. And again, now we're just speculating, and I just don't want to be specific, but Carson Wentz is unfortunately the only guy that's been named in this stuff by anonymous sources.
And there was a piece written about him a year ago.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's just a long-form tweet of being like, hey, a bunch of people don't like this guy. I get it. Like, he's definitely on the... If you were to draw the line of people that are causing controversy or surrounded by controversy versus not, he's definitely on that side, but... Is he the only person of influence, really, to be wrapped up in this? I mean, is it really boiled down to the Philadelphia Eagles are in turmoil heading into Week 8, about to lose 3 straight because people don't like the quarterback?
I can't. That's ludicrous to me.
But at the same time, you can't turn away from the fact that this isn't happening in... Like, when's the last time this happened in Seattle? Green Bay! Now, they're winning.
Yeah, they're winning.
Last year
there was a lot of tumult.
Yeah, but it was all outside stuff. And that they fired a head coach and all these things.
Well, the quarterback didn't like the coach anymore.
Right. Well, that was brewing is my point. But that's a real thing.
Right.
That's not there was
Is that what's going on here?
No, I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Is Carson out on Doug?
What if he's out on Groh? What if he's out on people around Doug? What if Doug is being influenced by the wrong people? And Carson, as a quarterback, recognized what John DeFilippo and Frank Reich taught him and realized that what he's being taught now doesn't jive with what he was taught. That's actually a little more realistic than you think. I mean, wait, hold on a second. If we're praising, rightfully so, Frank Reich and John DeFilippo for their involvement in 2017, they're gone. It's not just calling plays and checking Doug Peterson's aggression. It's
developing the game plan, putting the right plays on the play sheet that you're going to use that week for that opponent, sequencing the plays, all that kind of stuff.
And developing something else, right? The quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah. So why is all of a sudden Mike Groh afforded this, I don't know.
But it wasn't that great last year either when they still got off the slow starts all last year.
Correct.
Too.
That's what I'm saying.
The offense has been
has
stumbling
changed.
even when Foles was in.
Correct. Nothing has changed. It looked a little better.
They just rallied when he came in there, and they made the playoffs and beat the Bears.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's it, though. I mean, that Bears team we know as
offensively
great and talented.
challenged.
Exactly
yes.
right. Exactly right. But here's the thing. They got into the playoffs. They rallied, and they won.
If that happens this year, they just get into the playoffs, beat some team, and then lose in the second round. That is not an accomplishment.
Well, I don't know how much of a disappointment it is versus, okay, the nature of them making the playoffs, I think we still have to hold up why they were even in, that's what I'm saying. Injuries are another key factor.
But they had injuries the year they won the Super Bowl. They were devastated with injuries.
So maybe now it's just a lack of depth, right? They had better depth.
Well, possibly.
And that comes from drafting and people. I mean, I guess you can look at, and I don't want to make a huge deal of it, but I guess you can look at people who have left both the coaching staff and front office, from Joe Douglas to Frank Reich to John DeFilippo, and ask and Nick Foles. Okay, and I'll throw Nick Foles in this conversation as well, because this is, I think, the crux of the issue for me, Harry. It's not who left, and it isn't so much the bodies that are here. It's the inability of the people hiring or bringing in to recognize, hey, we lost some really good talent, which is okay. This happens in professional sports, but we better restock. Mm-hmm. And it's a miss. This was a miss. To hire Mike Grove from the inside was a miss.
Did you see this?
Fletcher Cox with a shotgun?
Yeah, this just came out about a half hour ago.
No.
Yeah, 11:30.
No, this was out. Trust me, I was talking to. This was out overnight. I was listening to the overnight show driving into Fox.
Okay, but McManus just posted this a little over a half hour ago.
Oh, no, but I'm saying 6 ABC had this last night. It just nobody was paying attention to it because it happened at 11:30 at night.
A burglary attempt at Fletcher Cox's home in New Jersey prompted the Eagles' defensive tackle to grab a shotgun, causing the suspect to flee.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, the guy was... I don't know how much is in there, but the guy was sending pictures to a woman who was allegedly inside Cox's house.
The suspect was the ex-boyfriend
Correct.
of a woman staying at Cox's house, yes.
And at that point, he started breaking things, including the door. There was tarp up over a door because it had been beaten down with a bat. So Cox did exactly there are a couple of things from the story.
I wonder if he got that shotgun from my buddy at Delaware Valley Sporting.
Did you send him there?
DVSC. He was a client.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
I got to text my boy. See if he sold
I might have
that
to go
shotgun.
get a shotgun, the Fletcher Cox edition.
Yeah, I know. Signature edition.
That's what I'm saying. See, two things. One, if Fletcher Cox is smart, he would endorse a brand of shotgun.
Yes.
And he would go, if it's Delaware Valley now, your buddy, right?
Yeah.
I think he should go there first and foremost and say, listen, I would like to, they seal it, right? You have a little signature on a gun. They used to do that with mitts.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So now you do that on a shotgun. Remington, Smith, and you see that as well, right? Mm-hmm. Not Smith or Walensky.
No.
But in this case, you have the Fletcher Cox 91. Right?
Right, yeah.
I'd buy that.
Sure.
I'd buy that weapon. I'd put it up right here. In fact, we've got room right in the studio above the Mays and Eytan sign.
You going to put a gun up there?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be loaded.
Well, of course not.
But it would be the Fletcher. Yeah, it'd be the Fletcher Cox special edition.
Yeah, by the way, I came in here today. You were not here. And your dog was just looking at me from the living room, wagging his tail as I'm unlocking the door.
Yeah. He knows you. He's known you from the first day he's been here.
But I thought I'd at least get one bark as I
No.
was approaching the screen door because he would have heard something.
No, outside of Angela, my fiance, and me, you are the person that he knows more than anybody. You're here 4 days. You were at one point 3 days a week
Now
at the
it's
apartment.
4.
Now it's 4.
Yeah.
But even before I moved here, you were there 3 days a week. And remember, we were already doing the show there, so he was new. Mm-hmm. He used to lay on your feet. If we were sitting on the couch right now, he would be laying behind you.
I know. Yeah. The other day he did the same thing. I don't miss those days.
No. So you shouldn't be surprised. My point of it is that you should not be surprised that my dog is not aggressive towards you.
I just thought he'd bark once when he heard me.
No. Now, Matt Mullen's going to come next week. All
right?
right?
Yeah?
And Mullen is on that borderline. I don't think he'll recognize Mullen's smell anymore because Matt was only over a couple of, not as much as you.
Yeah.
But, he knows. Here's another thing too. He's probably been in the house for like a couple hours and he had to go. Mm-hmm. So he looked at it's like the lesser of two evils.
Right, I'm a guy that can let him out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, now can we get to we
want to get to some Sixers?
We need some text board action
we
on
got a ton.
people's theories as to what's going on with the Eagles.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah, the Twitch will be up in next segment.
Okay.
Serious question for you guys. What has happened with 11 and the rest of the team? What has gone wrong since 2017? The team was one unit then, Mike in Turnersville. Now, that was at 12:06, so that kind of led us, that's what we've been talking about. Now we have, people are coming in from all over, so I want to vet and make sure that we've got Eagles fans. This fan base has reached tinfoil hat level status when it comes to their hatred towards Wentz. Now, again, I think that text is way more on the Teflon. Like, we have to be able to criticize Carson Wentz without calling for his job.
No, I agree. I criticized him on Monday for missing Alshon Jeffrey in the end zone. That should have been a touchdown. Okay, that was the one really bad throw that he had on Monday.
Correct.
I could criticize
the
guy.
Well, he had a couple of them,
but I like
that
him.
was brutal. Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Now, we've got Kawhi Leonard audio we're going to play before Bob from Crossing Broad joins us at 1 o'clock. We've got Tony Bruno, who's back in the house with us at 1:30. Bring Josh McCown in. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, okay.
See, again, people are looking at this like the quarterback is the issue on the field. What Harry and I are talking about specifically is something has changed with this football team. We're not talking about on the field. That's an easier one where you don't have consistently the same group around Carson Wentz every week.
Yeah. But it can't all be related to Deshaun Jackson.
No, it's
here,
not.
Can it?
It's not. There is no, because Deshaun wasn't here last year.
Right.
So, I mean, the only crazy theory out there would be that Deshaun is somehow poisoning this locker room from within because they're not winning games, which is nonsense.
Chip Kelly would say that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Deshaun did everything humanly possible to come back and play for this football team. I seriously doubt that he's going to be an anonymous source about anything. Did I hear Nick Foles? Thanks, Loke. See, here we go. It has nothing to do. Nick Foles, Frank Reich, people leave. What are you going to do to replace them?
Yeah. What did Nick Foles do prior to Carson getting injured in L.A.? He was
Nothing.
The backup. He wasn't even on the field. And the team was good.
Right. Right.
You know?
That's it. Nick Foles got you the one thing you desired your whole football fandom life. That's all it is. It's always going to be love for Foles more than hatred for Wentz. No. See, again, that's not the mentality of a winner. Like, I want winners in this fan base. Mm-hmm. Okay? If you're going to be stuck on 2017 and you're going to routinely compare what comes in front of you, and you're going to be in 2025 comparing whatever quarterback, if it's Carson Wentz or John Wentz or Carson Edwards, who leaves the NBA to play in the NFL, whoever it is, if you're still... That's the mentality of somebody who can't adjust and can't adapt. You know who adjusts and you know who adapts? The team up in New England every year who's constantly in the Super Bowl.
They adapt on a weekly basis.
Every single time. And you know what? Their fan base isn't saying, well, this team, they really should be more like that 02 year, 03 year with Rodney Harrison and Ty Law. I can't relate to this new Lawrence guy.
They adjust on the fly better than anybody.
Anybody.
It's almost like we can't even talk about them anymore. Because they are the example. Like
I want winners.
I don't think there's not going to be another team like them in sports.